All right, hey everybody, back with another news feed here for you. This one's kicking it off. Nissan is considering e-revs as part of a bold new plug-in hybrid and EV strategy. Nissan is on the ball. They are making things happen. They are moving vehicles quickly, too. They are really ramping them up and doing stuff. I got mad respect for Nissan. Part of this new plan they're looking to dive into to get more out of their vehicles is going to an e-rev system, which is basically like the Ram Charger is doing, where you actually have a gas motor that powers the electric motor, and that way it can charge itself. So pretty cool they're doing this. Ford recently, it says right here, traditionally larger vehicles carry larger profit margins as they could be sold for higher prices without incurring much additional cost to build. Go figure that one out. As industry transitions to EV, those automakers are finding the opposite is true. Okay, they can't build higher luxury vehicles for the same amount of money and charge astronomical profits for it. Larger vehicles need larger, heavier batteries to achieve acceptable driving range, and batteries are still relatively expensive, eating up much of the profit margin. Ford recently abandoned plans for a large three-row SUV EV for this exact reason, but physics and economics apply to everyone. Until battery prices comes down, the larger vehicles will be the most difficult to convert to EVs. They're heavy, they're big, a lot of wind resistance, we get it. The compromise solution is the e-rev. Similar to a series hybrid, the e-rev keeps its gasoline engine and pairs it with a battery larger than you will find in a plug-in hybrid, but smaller than would be in a pure EV. Okay, an estimated 20 to 30 kilowatts should do it, according to chief plans from this guy here from the EV battery range. Their gas engine, though, is completely disconnected from the wheels and instead acts as a generator, which allows it to run only at its most efficient RPM. BMW tried the idea a few years back with the i3 Rex, which uses tiny motorcycle engine as a generator. Ram's getting the Ram Charger coming, using the amazing Pentastar 3.6 to act as a generator. Nissan is jumping in on this now too. They are going to make this happen. They're saying that the EVR technology would work best in compact and mid-size SUVs like the Rogue, the Murano, and the Pathfinder. As batteries get better, vehicles like the Armada become feasible. E-revs and eventually full EVs. He also noted that e-revs work better than current EVs when it comes to hauling and towing and allow significantly greater range and much faster refueling. There's no doubt about it. This I like better. I cannot stand straight up EVs. I am not a fan of plug-in hybrids. This I think is kind of a happy medium in there, for these people that want something like that, but there it is. So anyway, and they're saying in here too, they go on to say that there's better batteries coming, solid state batteries coming soon. So all this technology is changing, but keep that in mind that because the technology is changing so fast, that anything you buy right now that's a plug-in hybrid, an EV, or any of that kind of stuff, it is going to depreciate immediately, and the resale value on it will be gone in a few years. There's nothing there. Just know that they're a horrible purchase when it comes to that stuff. It just is what it is. Like it or don't, your choice. Moving on from there. This one here, truth. I just made a video about this on the lot. You guys seem to really like my at the dealership videos, and I just made another one talking about this here, okay? More car owners are underwater than ever before. 2024, we've seen the average transaction price of a vehicle drop a little bit. Rates came down a little bit. Doesn't make any difference. Negative equity is also on the rise. Even with some improvements as of late, more car owners are underwater than ever before. How many of them? We are talking about 24.2% of trade-ins towards new vehicles had negative equity. That's 1 in 4. It's almost 1 in 4 people that go to get a new car in 2024 had negative equity in their car. How much negative equity? $6,500 on average. That's average. That's not the lowest. That's average. That means that these are people that have got, like they said right here, some of them have got 10 grand or more, even up to 15 grand, 20%. Of consumers with negative equity owe more than $10,000 than the vehicle's worth on their loan. Let the reality of that sink in. How crazy that is, that almost between 1 in 5 and 1 in 4. In my video I made on a lot, it was 1 in 5 at the time. And that's what we were talking about, but I didn't have the Q3 info, 24.2. We are almost 1 in 4 that has negative equity and an average of $6,500 lost, upside down money, and they're still trading in. Okay, this is crazy when you look at this. Okay, and they said it's not just. It says you would think this phenomenon isn't just reserved for particular segments. It's easy to assume that only specific customers trading in high-ticket luxury vehicles are the ones underwater in their car loan, but the reality is the problem is across the board. Everybody. For sure. Look at what happened when they bought these vehicles during the supply issues and the pandemic things and all the crap that was going on and all this garbage. You know, these markups and dealer pricing and all this BS stuff and everything that happened. They are $10,000 to $15,000 level is nothing short of alarming. To be that upside down in your equity, it's unbelievable, and it's here. 1 in 4, 1 in 4. You're probably there. Okay, for every 4 people that watches, one of them is upside down in this. It's not a bad thing from the fact that we're not knocking it or giving you a hard time about it, because there's obviously 25% of the world is in this problem right now, but it is a nasty one. If this video comes out first or whenever the other one does, I'll try to link that dealership one at the end of this if this comes out after that. If not, watch for it, because when I do that one, I'm going to give you some serious tips and ideas how to get rid of that negative equity without it being too much of an issue for you. Okay, if you don't have 10 grand to just pay off, how can you roll that and solve it and make it work? I have that stuff coming up in that video. It's in there at the end of it for you that'll show you. So like I said, I'll try to link that. I'm getting ready to leave for 3 weeks. I'll be publishing videos still. That's what I'm making now, but if I can't, I'll do my best to somehow link that for you, but I'm not linking it to this if this is coming out first and that one's not available yet. But just know, if you watch it in one of my on the dealership videos at night, I have one that is coming out that will solve. Actually, it was during the daytime, but it will solve this for you. Moving on from there. Ford, our last one here, Ford Bronco Ranger. If you own a Bronco or you own a Ranger, this is a minor issue recall, but you need to get on this. This is dangerous, okay? That's the reason I put it in there. It's not the motor falling out, trans falling out. It's not the, the front end coming off. It's not, well, almost it is the front end coming off. So point being, this is not a big deal, but it is a dangerous one and could be a big deal. Ford Motor Company is recalling select 24 and 25 Broncos and Rangers with a issue with the front control arms. In affected vehicles, the front upper control arm ball joint nut may have not been installed or tightened properly, allowing the front upper control arm to detach from the knuckle assembly. That means your vehicle goes, and is gone. You're done. Okay, just like that. So it's bad. A detached control arm can cause loss of vehicle steering and control, increasing risk of crash. Ford is not aware of any reports of accidents or injuries yet from this. It says affected vehicles, 2024 and 25 Bronco SUVs between June 1st, 2024 and September 5th, 2024, as well as select Ford Ranger pickups between June 3rd and September 4th. Looks like there's 2,416 affected vehicles. The dealer will inspect and make sure that your ball joint fastener is properly set. If it is not, they will replace the ball joint and the knuckle assembly as necessary, free of charge for you. They will get it taken care of. Here's your contact information. Don't play games with this one. Pay attention to it. Take a point to look at it. Make sure everything's kind of okay. Get your recall done on this and move on. But this could be a serious injury waiting to happen. If I owned one of these, the first thing I would be doing is taking my floor jack out there and jacking up the front end of this thing, and I'd be making sure I have no play in my wheels, make sure nothing's bad there, everything's good, and then I would get the recall done. That's me personally. You do whatever you want to do. So there it is for you. As always, any comments you got, put them down below. Thanks for watching.